because they are not Mrs. ABC. We have seen women that have lost confidence because of their past mistakes. And that reminds me of the story of the woman who was brought to be stoned to death. And God says, let he who is without sin be the first to cast the stone. Sister, your mistakes, don't allow people remind you of your past. You are better than that. So women shrink to avoid being called intimidating. So when it's time for them to express themselves, they are careful. Some overperform to escape being called lazy. That you won't kill yourself. Some stay silent to avoid being called difficult. Anything they say, let it go. But a woman living for labels is a woman living in fragments. A woman who lives for labels is not living as her whole self. She becomes pieces of expectations, roles, and opinions instead of one complete woman. So because they say you are not married and you are 40, and so what? Because you are 40 and not married, that does not mean you are not a woman. That does not mean you cannot be a successful woman. That you have been married for 12 years and you have no baby. That does not mean you are not a complete woman. The most powerful labels are not the ones even spoken aloud. They are the ones we repeat to ourselves, the one we tell ourselves. Am I sure I'm the kind of woman I'm always messing things up? This is as far as women like me can go. I am not beautiful like my friend. I don't know, some of us already, we tell ourselves, we already judge ourselves. I'm not even talking about the ones people speak out. Why will a woman tell herself, I am not built for leadership? No, I am too emotional. Oh, no, I'm too much. Why? Why would you do that? You see, some of these thoughts, they don't sound loud, but they are powerful. Because when a woman repeats them, she starts living them. At some point, society stops speaking, and unfortunately, we take over the job. I keep telling women, I keep saying it, some Nigerian women are better actresses than the best Hollywood actress. Because we are trying so hard to pretend to be who we are not. The world has given us a label and we want to live by that. No. Let us not allow ourselves to be defined by the labels that the world places on us and the ones we help them take over. Sister, who are you? You see, freedom begins the moment a woman pauses and asks, who told me this story about myself and why did I even believe it? Let me tell you, a lot of women are exhausted. Not because life is heavy, or not because things are not working, but because, like I said earlier, they are busy acting. Acting from pretending. Many women are exhausted, not because life is heavy, but because they are acting. Acting strong when they are tired. Acting fine when they are breaking. Acting small when they are powerful. Why? Identity is not something you perform for acceptance. It is something you inhabit with courage. You were never meant to act your way into belonging. You were meant to live from truth. Like I said, we are all vulnerable. Top performing. Just be courageous enough to be honest for who you are. It is courage to say, this is me, and I will no longer pretend. I was somewhere, and we're having a conversation, And I expressed my opinion about that situation. And somebody said, this woman is a very prominent woman. No. Don't pretend, or don't act, or just let her, don't say it like that, so that she will not feel. I said, no, this is exactly how I feel. This is who I am, and this is my opinion. Of course, I will say it politely, but this is exactly what it is. Sisters, let us stop pretending. Embrace your identity. This is who you are. You do not owe the world a version of yourself that feels false. You do not owe anyone your silence to keep them comfortable. You do not owe anyone a smaller version of you, sister, so that they will not misunderstand you. Sister, be yourself. The world may want to predict you. They want you to be predictable. They want to be able to say, okay, yes, if you do this to her, this is how she will react. Sister, no. Don't expose yourself that way. And when you stop offering a false version of yourself, sister, trust me, you will lose a lot of approval. You will lose a lot of friends. But keep living your truth. While I was preparing for this Guinness World Record attempt, and I sent the message to somebody I respect so much, and I told her, this is what I want to do. She told me to my face, you can't do this. Initially, it hit me so hard because I look up to her as someone I trust, someone I believe in. But she did not give me the benefit of doubt. Sisters, embrace your identity so much so that whatever happens, you create a space for improvement for yourself. The woman who starts performing to impress others becomes unpredictable, and that gives you your power. When you stop editing yourself to fit into people's expectations, when you stop shrinking to fit in their boxes, sister, you are becoming a better person. Don't allow people give you an identity that you are not. You are allowed to evolve. So because your identity is someone who is very vocal, for instance, does not mean you express yourself anyhow, anytime. You are allowed to evolve, to express yourself in a respectful, honest way. One of the most dangerous labels women place on themselves is saying, that's just who I am, I can't change. No. Sister, you have to leave room for improvement. You have to leave room for growth. You are allowed to outgrow your old fears. You are allowed to outgrow your old roles. You are allowed to outgrow the older version of yourself. Don't say, I must. This is who I am and there's nothing I can do about. This is who I must be. No. If there's a room for positive improvement, sister, go ahead. You are allowed to outgrow that part of you that doesn't believe in yourself. Sister, you can outgrow it. You are allowed to outgrow old habits that are holding you back. You are allowed to outgrow self-doubt and insecurities. You are allowed to outgrow the need for constant approval. That is where a lot of women have problems. I know of a lady that will tarnish the image of every other person because she wants to show herself as good. Sister, let people not know you with that identity. And you know what? When you want to embrace your real identity, sometimes you will disappoint people. Sometimes you will disappoint people for becoming the real you. You rise up and say, no, enough of this abuse. They will tag you stubborn. They will tag you disrespectful. They will say you have disappointed them. You are allowed to disappoint people, sister, on your journey in identifying and embracing your identity. It is okay for you to set boundaries. Sometimes when you really want to embrace your identity, you have to let go of certain persons in your life. Because while they are there, they will influence you to continue to be the woman you do not want to be. Disappointing people who relied on your silence is not selfish. It is an act of courage. It is a statement that your life, your voice, and your growth, no matter what it is yours. Evolution is not betrayal. It is alignment. Sisters, listen. Alignment with your purpose, alignment with your truth, alignment with the woman you are becoming, it is stepping into the next version of yourself. It is saying yes to growth, yes to learning. And it is a beautiful thing. The day I made a decision, I would stay away from certain persons so I can focus on building myself. It was freedom for me. A woman who evolves is not unstable. She is awake. She's awake to her purpose. In the journey of embracing your identity, sister, you have to know what your purpose is. You have to know what your potential are. You have to know what your gifts are and work towards achieving them. A woman who is embracing her identity knows where she's going. She has a set goal. Now I want to ask you, sister, if you are asked, what is your goal? What will you do? What will you say? Because it is who you are becoming that helps you navigate where you are headed to. You don't just live anyhow by people's opinions. Sister, a woman who evolves is not lost. She is fully aware of herself. I want every woman listening to me to reclaim herself. Let her name herself. Don't, in embracing your identity, don't name your trauma. Don't name your relationship status. Don't name your productivity. No. Name yourself for who you are. A woman is more than what has happened to her. She is more than the titles and the labels others placed on her. Sister, name yourself. It means taking ownership of your identity and refusing to let anyone else write your story for you. What is your identity, sister? I will ask you this question. What do you stand for?